Ladies and gentlemen, success is not something that happens overnight. It's not a stroke of luck, and it's certainly not reserved for a select few. Success is a mindset, a way of thinking, a way of approaching challenges, and a way of staying committed to your growth. To create a success-oriented mindset, you need to take intentional steps that will shape your thinking, drive your actions, and build your momentum. The first step is to focus on small improvements. We often get caught up in the idea that success requires massive changes, that we need to overhaul everything in one go. But the reality is, success is the result of consistent, small actions done over time. It's the compounding effect of small wins that create momentum. Start by identifying one small area of your life that you can improve today. It could be as simple as waking up 10 minutes earlier, reading a few pages of a book, or making one healthier choice. These small actions, repeated daily, lead to massive transformation. You need to embrace failure as feedback. So many people avoid failure because they fear it will define them. The truth is, failure doesn't define you, it refines you. When you fail, you learn. You learn what works, what doesn't, and how to do better next time. Failure is not the end, it's simply a detour on the road to success. Learn to view every setback as an opportunity to grow, and soon, you'll find that failure no longer has power over you. You'll see it for what it truly is, a stepping stone towards success. The third step is to surround yourself with the right people. The people you spend time with influence your mindset more than you might realize. If you're constantly around people who complain, who focus on limitations, who believe success is for others and not for them, it will be incredibly difficult to maintain a success-oriented mindset. But when you surround yourself with people who inspire you, challenge you, and push you to be better, you elevate your own thinking. Success thrives in the company of people who are committed to growing, learning, and achieving. The fourth step is to build resilience. Success is rarely a smooth ride. There will be obstacles, setbacks, and days when you feel like giving up. But it's in those moments that resilience is built. Resilience is the ability to keep going even when it feels like everything is working against you. It's not about avoiding difficulty. It's about developing the strength to face it head on, knowing that your persistence will carry you through. Resilience comes from believing in yourself, trusting in your purpose, and understanding that the pain you feel today is temporary, but the growth you gain is permanent. Stay consistent no matter what. Success is not about working hard for a few days or weeks. It's about showing up day in and day out and doing the work that most people aren't willing to do. It's about sticking to your goals, even when you don't feel like it, even when progress seems slow. The key to long-term success is the ability to stay consistent with your efforts, regardless of the external circumstances. Consistency creates the foundation for success, and it's through consistent effort that your dreams will become a reality. Take these steps and begin shaping your mindset for success. Focus on small improvements, embrace failure as feedback. Surround yourself with the right people, build resilience, and stay consistent. Success is not something you wait for, it's something you create. And the power to create it starts with the way you think, the actions you take, and the mindset you choose to adopt every single day. Success is not something that happens in a single moment or as a result of one big breakthrough. It is a series of small actions, decisions, and habits that compound over time. Often when we look at the success stories of others, we see the polished result, the finish line. What we don't see is the effort, the day-to-day commitment, and the countless small steps that we're taking to get there. It's easy to get discouraged when we focus too much on the end result, but the reality is that success comes from focusing on small improvements every day. Every small action, no matter how insignificant it may seem, adds up. Think of it like building a house. If you start with just one brick every day, over time, you will have built something substantial. It's the same with personal growth, career progress, or any area of life you want to improve. Each small improvement, each decision to do something a little better than you did yesterday contributes to a larger, more meaningful. The key to creating lasting change is not about trying to do everything at once, but committing to incremental progress. Consider how habits are formed. The best way to make lasting change is to focus on small, manageable actions that you can repeat every day. This makes the process less overwhelming and far more sustainable. It could be something as simple as choosing to read one extra page of a book every day, waking up 5 minutes earlier, or spending just 10 minutes a day working toward a personal goal. These small steps, when repeated consistently, begin to shift your mindset and set the stage for bigger achievements. As these small wins accumulate, you begin to build confidence, momentum, and a sense of progress. Small improvements are often more effective because they are within our control. Many times, people get discouraged by setting goals that feel too large or too far off. When the goal feels unattainable, it's easy to get stuck in inaction. But by focusing on what you can control in the present moment, you take the pressure off yourself and allow room for growth without the fear of failure holding you back. Each small step is an opportunity to refine your process and strengthen your resolve, creating a solid foundation for future success. One of the most powerful aspects of focusing on small improvements is that they lead to compounding growth. In the beginning, the changes may feel minimal, almost invisible. However, over time, these small actions begin to have a cumulative effect. The progress might not be immediate, but eventually you will see the significant impact of those small steps, and it will be clear that each action was part of the bigger picture. The compounded effect of small, consistent actions is often what separates those who succeed from those who give up. By focusing on small improvements, you shift the focus from perfection to progress. It's about showing up every day, making small adjustments, and continuing to move forward. Success isn't reserved for those who take giant leaps. It belongs to those who, step by step, keep moving, no matter how small the steps may seem. Each small step forward brings you closer to your ultimate goal, and with enough time, that steady, consistent progress will transform your life in ways you never imagined. Failure is often seen as something to avoid at all costs, but the truth is, it is an essential part of the journey towards success. Too many people view failure as a setback, something that marks the end of their efforts. However, failure is not the end. It is merely feedback. It's a message telling you where things didn't go as planned, why they didn't work, and what you can do differently next time. When you embrace failure as feedback, you shift your perspective from one of defeat to one of growth and learning. The first thing to recognize is that failure is inevitable. No one succeeds without encountering some form of failure along the way. Every successful person, every entrepreneur, every athlete, and every high achiever has faced moments of failure. It is a natural part of the process. In fact, failure is often the best teacher. It forces you to reassess, to question your approach, and to find better solutions. Each failure is an opportunity to improve and refine your methods. Without failure, we wouldn't have the chance to discover new ways of doing things or to correct our mistakes. Rather than fearing failure, you need to embrace it as part of the learning curve. When you fail, you gain insights you wouldn't have had otherwise. You learn what works and what doesn't. You discover new techniques, strategies, and approaches that can help you move forward. If you view failure simply as a roadblock, you'll miss the invaluable lessons it has to offer. But if you see it as feedback, you can use it to adjust your course, refine your skills, and make better decisions in the future. Failure in this sense becomes a powerful tool in your journey. Another important point is that failure does not define you. Too often, people take failure personally, thinking that it reflects their worth or abilities. This mindset can be paralyzing, preventing them from trying again or moving forward. However, failure is an event, not an identity. It doesn't mean you are incapable or unworthy. It simply means that, in that moment, your approach or strategy didn't yield the desired result. It is not a reflection of who you are as a person. By separating your identity from your failures, you remove the emotional weight and can continue to move forward with a clearer mindset. Learning how to fail well is crucial. This means accepting failure without letting it crush your spirit. It means getting back up, reassessing, and making a plan for how to do better next time. Failure isn't something to fear or avoid, but something to approach with curiosity. What can you learn from it? How can you adjust your approach? What can you do differently next time to increase your chances of success? These are the questions that turn failure into a powerful force for growth. Failure is a stepping stone to success. It's an opportunity to develop resilience, creativity, and problem-solving skills. By reframing failure as feedback, you empower yourself to keep going, to learn from your experiences, and to build a path toward your goals. It is through failure that we become stronger, more capable, and more prepared to achieve the success we desire. Failure doesn't stop you from succeeding. It helps you become the person capable of achieving that success. The people you surround yourself with have a profound impact on your mindset and success. Often we underestimate the influence of the individuals in our lives, but the truth is that the people around us shape our thoughts, behaviors, and attitudes in ways that can either propel us forward or hold us back. If you want to create a success-oriented mindset, it's crucial to evaluate the company you keep and ensure that the people you spend the most time with are supporting your growth, pushing you to do better and inspiring you to reach your full potential. When you surround yourself with people who are driven, ambitious, and positive, their energy is contagious. Motivation and enthusiasm are powerful forces that can fuel your own desire to succeed. Being around people who are passionate about their goals and who constantly strive to improve themselves can help you adopt similar habits. You'll find that their success stories, their determination, and their focus inspire you to step up and take action in your own life. You'll learn from their mindset and actions, which can significantly influence your own approach to achieving success. On the other hand, if you're surrounded by people who are negative, complacent, or who dismiss the idea of success altogether, it becomes incredibly difficult to maintain a positive mindset. Negative individuals often focus on limitations, obstacles, and why things can't be done. Their mindset can seep into your own thinking, leading you to believe that success is not possible or that the challenges you face are insurmountable. The more you listen to negativity, the more it can erode your confidence and cloud your vision. If you allow yourself to be around people who don't believe in growth or who are content with mediocrity, you risk adopting the same mindset and becoming stuck in a cycle of inaction. Your circle of influence also affects the way you see your own potential. When you surround yourself with people who encourage your dreams, challenge your thinking, and hold you accountable, you begin to believe in your own potential more deeply. You start to recognize your strengths, realize your capabilities, and understand that you are capable of more than you might have initially thought. A supportive, growth-oriented group can push you to strive for greatness and provide the encouragement you need when times get tough. They help you see possibilities where you might have once seen only obstacles. The right people can offer valuable perspectives and ideas that you may not have considered. Surrounding yourself with people who bring different viewpoints, experiences, and skills to the table can broaden your own thinking and help approach challenges from new angles. The collective wisdom and creativity of the diversity of thoughts, experiences, and strengths within your circle can serve as a catalyst for your own development. Building a network of individuals who inspire, challenge, and support you is one of the most powerful steps you can take to create a success-oriented mindset. It's about being intentional with your relationships and recognizing that the people around you play a significant role in your growth. The more you surround yourself with individuals who elevate your thinking, push you to improve, and remind you of your worth, the more you'll develop the confidence and mindset necessary to achieve your goals. It's not just about who you know, it's about who lifts you up, motivates you, and helps you see the best version of yourself. Success is rarely achieved through a smooth, uninterrupted path. The road to reaching your goals is often filled with obstacles, setbacks, and challenges that can test your resolve. However, it's how you respond to these difficulties that truly determines whether or not you will succeed. Building resilience is essential because resilience allows you to keep moving forward even when the going gets tough. It's the ability to bounce back from failure, to persist through adversity, and to continue on your journey despite the inevitable setbacks that will arise. Resilience is not something you are born with, it's something that is developed over time. It's a skill that grows as you face and overcome challenges, as you adapt to difficult circumstances, and as you learn how to thrive in the face of adversity. It's the mental toughness that enables you to get back on your feet after falling down, to learn from mistakes, and to keep going no matter how difficult the situation may seem. Without resilience, setbacks can easily derail your progress, and challenges can feel overwhelming. But with resilience, setbacks become just another part of the process, something to learn from, adapt to, and move forward from. The first step in building resilience is to embrace the fact that obstacles are a natural part of any journey. If you expect the road to success to be free of challenges, you will only set yourself up for disappointment. Instead, shift your mindset to understand that challenges are an opportunity to grow. Each obstacle you face teaches you something valuable. It's through overcoming difficulties that you develop new skills, deepen your knowledge, and strengthen your character. When you accept that obstacles are not roadblocks, but rather opportunities for growth, you can approach them with a mindset of curiosity rather than frustration. Resilience also comes from the belief that you are capable of overcoming adversity. The more you experience success in navigating challenges, the more confident you become in your ability to handle future difficulties. Every time you push through a tough situation, you gain a little more confidence in your ability to tackle the next one. This confidence is essential because without it, you may hesitate or even avoid challenges altogether. The more resilient you become, the less likely you are to be defeated by obstacles, and the more likely you are to continue moving forward despite setbacks. Another important aspect of resilience is maintaining a sense of purpose. When you have a clear understanding of why you're pursuing a goal, you're more likely to push through the tough times. Your purpose serves as a source of motivation when everything else seems to be falling apart. It reminds you why you started and helps you keep going when challenges arise. Resilience is fueled by this sense of purpose because it keeps you grounded and focused on the bigger picture, even when the journey feels difficult or overwhelming. Building resilience involves learning to manage your emotions. It's easy to become discouraged, angry, or frustrated when things aren't going according to plan. However, those negative emotions can prevent you from taking the next step forward. Resilient individuals understand that while it's normal to feel upset or discouraged, they must not let those emotions control their actions. Instead, they acknowledge their feelings, learn from them, and use them as fuel to keep pushing forward. Emotional regulation is key to staying focused, maintaining a clear mindset, and navigating difficult situations effectively. Building resilience isn't about avoiding challenges or minimizing setbacks. It's about developing the mental and emotional strength to face them head on and continue moving forward. The more resilient you become, the more capable you will be of navigating the inevitable obstacles that life will throw at you. With resilience, challenges become less daunting, setbacks become learning opportunities, and the road to success becomes more manageable no matter how many obstacles you encounter along the way. Consistency is one of the most powerful forces in achieving success. It is the quiet but persistent commitment to showing up day after day and doing the work, even when motivation is low, even when progress seems slow, and even when the outcome is uncertain. It is the discipline to continue pushing forward no matter the circumstances. The truth is, success is rarely the result of a single great action or a burst of effort. It's about the consistent effort applied over time, often in small increments, that creates real and lasting change. The challenge with consistency is that it often feels less glamorous than big wins or sudden breakthroughs. It's easy to get caught up in the idea of making dramatic, life-changing moves, but in reality, those big leaps are rare. Most success stories are built on the foundation of everyday actions that, when compounded, create monumental results. Consistency is about recognizing that success doesn't happen overnight. It is the result of small, seemingly insignificant actions repeated over and over again. The consistency you maintain today will be what pays off tomorrow, next week, and in the years to come. One of the key elements of consistency is developing the habit of showing up even when you don't feel like it. There will be days when you feel tired, uninspired, or unsure of your ability to move forward. It's on those days that consistency becomes especially important. Success is not about waiting for the perfect moment when everything aligns perfectly. It's about showing up and doing what you can, even if it's just a little bit. The days when you least feel like working are often the days that push you to build resilience, focus, and discipline. By committing to show up, regardless of your mood or energy level, you train yourself to keep going, and that's when the real transformation happens. Another aspect of consistency is staying focused on the long term. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to get distracted by short-term results, instant gratification, or the next quick fix. However, true success is a marathon, not a sprint. If you focus too much on immediate results, you may become discouraged when things don't happen as quickly as you expect. But if you keep your eyes on the bigger picture and trust that small, consistent actions will build over time, you will begin to see the cumulative power of your efforts. Consistency teaches you patience and helps you stay grounded in the belief that the journey is just as important as the destination. Equally important is learning to stay consistent even when you don't see immediate progress. It's easy to feel disheartened when your efforts don't appear to be yielding quick results. But consistency requires you to trust the process and believe that your efforts are not wasted. Just because you can't see the results immediately doesn't mean you're not making progress. Like planting a seed, it takes time for the fruits of your labor to show. When you remain consistent, even when the results aren't visible, you are building the foundation for future success. Trust in the process and stay committed to the journey. Consistency is the bedrock of achievement. It's not the flashiest quality, and it doesn't always get the attention it deserves, but it's what separates those who achieve their goals from those who give up too soon. Success isn't about talent, luck, or extraordinary breakthroughs. It's about the ability to stay focused, stay committed, and keep moving forward no matter the challenges that come your way. The power of consistency lies in its ability to accumulate small wins, compound over time, and eventually create remarkable results. If you want to achieve anything meaningful, you must embrace the power of consistency. It is the secret ingredient that turns dreams into reality. Success is not something that simply happens to you, it's something you create day by day through the choices you make, the actions you take, and the mindset you cultivate. While external factors can influence your path, the true power to succeed lies within you. You have the ability to create your own success by aligning your thoughts, actions, and behaviors with the goals you want to achieve. Success is not reserved for the lucky or the chosen few. It is something that can be shaped through deliberate effort and personal commitment. The first step in creating your own success is taking ownership of your life and your circumstances. Success doesn't just fall into your lap. It requires a proactive approach where you take full responsibility for your actions and decisions. This means recognizing that while you may face challenges and external obstacles, the ultimate outcome is determined by your response to those challenges. When you take responsibility for your success, you stop waiting for external circumstances to change and instead focus on what you can control: your mindset, your habits, and your effort. Success is not about waiting for opportunities. It's about creating them through your own actions. Another key aspect of creating your own success is setting clear, specific goals. Success doesn't come from vague aspirations or wishing for things to get better. It comes from having a clear vision of what you want to achieve and then breaking that vision down into actionable steps. When you have a specific goal in mind, you can map out a plan to achieve it, set deadlines, and track your progress. Clear goals help you stay focused and motivated, especially when faced with distractions or obstacles. Without a clear direction, it's easy to get lost or overwhelmed, but by setting concrete goals, you create a roadmap that guides your efforts and gives you a sense of purpose. Creating your own success also involves developing a mindset of growth and resilience. It's easy to be discouraged when things don't go as planned or when you encounter failure. However, success is built on the ability to adapt, learn, and keep moving forward. Every failure is an opportunity to learn, grow, and refine your approach. When you embrace challenges as learning experiences rather than roadblocks, you develop the resilience needed to keep going, even when the path gets tough. A growth mindset encourages you to see obstacles not as signs of defeat, but as stepping stones that push you toward improvement. By continuously learning, adjusting, and growing, you become better equipped to handle whatever challenges arise on your journey to success. Equally important in creating success is the need to stay consistent. Success is not the result of a single breakthrough moment, but of consistent, focused effort over time. It's easy to start strong, but then lose momentum when the excitement fades or when the results aren't immediate. However, success requires persistence. It's about showing up every day, doing the work, and staying committed to your goals even when things aren't happening as quickly as you'd like. When you remain consistent, you build momentum, and that momentum drives you forward even when the going gets tough. Creating your own success means taking charge of your destiny. It requires a mindset that refuses to settle for mediocrity and instead strives for continuous improvement. It's about recognizing that you have the power to shape your life through the choices you make and the actions you take. Success doesn't happen by accident. It happens because you make a conscious decision to create it. By owning your journey, setting clear goals, staying resilient in the face of challenges, and maintaining consistency, you pave the way for the kind of success that is not only achievable, but deeply fulfilling. The journey to success is not a one-time event, but a continuous process shaped by the choices we make, the mindset we adopt, and the actions we take. Success is not reserved for a select few. It's available to anyone willing to embrace the key principles that drive achievement. By cultivating a success-oriented mindset, learning from failure, surrounding yourself with the right people, building resilience, staying consistent, and taking full ownership of your journey, you set yourself on a path toward realizing your potential. The power to succeed lies within you. It's not about waiting for the perfect circumstances or hoping for a breakthrough. It's about showing up every day, making deliberate choices, and trusting the process. Your success is in your hands, and by committing to these principles, you can create the life you've always dreamed of.